Hey, welcome to Catching Fire with Riff. I'm Derek. Adam Dotson's over there, and we have in-studio guest Kenny Boyd of One More Round and solo acts every once in a while, and a storied history of playing music out. So, Adam,
Yo,
what have you been doing with all the rain?
sleeping.
A lot?
Yeah.
All right. Kenny, do you have a what do you do when you're not playing music?
I work a lot. I work a lot. Yeah. My job's pretty demanding, actually.
So is it an inside job, outside job?
It's an inside job. Yeah.
All right. So rain or shine.
Unfortunately, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So, I'm gonna do taking care of Rhythm Phoenix business here real quick. So tomorrow night at BBH we have the Bourbon Jam Showdown finale with us, 21 Dust, Dad's Mad, and
Southgate.
So I'd get there at about 7. I'm going to ask you to get there at about 7 and come support your boys here. And we would like to open up at the Bourbon Jam.
Yeah.
And we would also like to close out the Bourbon Jam at BBH because we're already booked to play there that night. So that's kind of what we're doing there. So a couple things. We have a little bit different studio setup this week. It's kind of a work in progress. So if you keep on seeing me about breaking my neck looking over towards them, it's because they're across the room now, and I'm not used to that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Adam's disappointed that his finger pointing doesn't work quite as good.
See, not near as cool.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah, but you can fist bump from here, though.
Right.
Yeah. All right.
Right,
Okay,
and
I'm
everybody's
cool with it
kind
now.
of looking at the camera too. So
Yeah,
this
cool
is
with that.
this is a new deal here. So anyway, Kenny, what do you have? Oh wait, I still have playing Adam's birthday show celebration at Cocktails 2 the 30th Saturday night. I'm going to try to do our best to just burn that son of a gun down. And then that's it for right now. So, Kenny, you playing this weekend?
We only have, we have our typical Wednesday night tomorrow night. And not to take any away from you guys, but we've kind of been doing this now almost 3 years, the backstretch every Wednesday. So we'll get in there tomorrow night and knock that little part out. And then Friday night, we'll be in Miguel's in Frankfurt. Beautiful place, nice big stage, big patio area. Looks like the weather's going to cooperate. So the last time we were there, we had a ball, had a lot of people out, and looking forward to it again.
Yeah,
All
Miguel's
right.
is cool.
Yeah. Miguel's is, I think Creekwater's been playing there quite a bit, you had said. So we have a question is, what is his regular job? If you don't want to answer that, you don't have to. Don't
mind at all. I am a corporate guy, actually. I do safety and compliance for the logistics department of the company I work for. I won't say just because I don't know if that's okay or not, but I will say this. I do safety and compliance for the auto manufacturers, Nissan, Honda, BMW, Volkswagen, Kia, and Electrolux appliances.
Nice. Yeah. Super nice.
Yeah. So we got Chris.
Big boy job.
Big boy job.
So we got Chris Adams saying, see you guys tomorrow night. For sure, man. For sure.
Hell yeah, brother.
Tara Davidson's on the chat. That's the only thing. You can't really see the chat now, right?
Right.
Right. Yeah, that kind of sucks.
Yeah.
So I'll try to keep you informed.
Tara.
We might have to put a big TV up here on a swivel for the chat or something at some point.
Well, we'll figure it out.
Yep. Yeah, all right. So you have tomorrow night at Backstretch. That is an open mic / they just play stuff. So they have people get up and play with them. And then sometimes people get in and they get off the stage and people perform their own songs. I've been up there and had a really good time. Just sat in with them and tried to act like I knew what I was doing, playing some country songs. And then we played a rock song every once in a while, which made me happy. So Yeah, and we're also, I think it's the end. I had said June before, but we're going to host the open jam on a Sunday in July. So we'll be up there and probably get to see a lot of the people that are regulars there that day.
Nice.
Lots of musicians that day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Mandy says, we be safe. Got the tape on the ground by the breaker box and area cleared. So, because you have to have the 3-foot deal, but you're, anyway, in the weeds there.
Oh.
So,
Oh, what the hell you talking about? Anyways, Kenny.
Yes, Adam.
Let's talk about Kenny. Okay, what artist or band made you first say? Was it music? Obviously, music made you want to play music.
Yep.
Right.
Absolutely.
So what was there a particular song or a particular artist that made you feel like that's where you wanted to pursue?
There was, and it's probably going to throw people for a loop when I tell them this, but outside of my family was Don Williams.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Gentle Giant, as they called him. One of the first songs I ever learned was Lord, I Hope This Day Is Good. So I kind of knew country was in my bones, and it was simple enough for me to understand and teach myself. So Don Williams was probably one of my first influences.
Well, that's what the next question was. Who were your biggest musical influences early on? Obviously, you answered that. You play by ear? Did you ever take lessons? Church?
So I play by ear. As I got a little older in school, I finally decided to join band and ended up in percussion, believe it or not. And then kind of drifted more into the chorus and the vocal stuff. And we did jazz band, of course, pep band.
Pep band was always fun.
Yeah, pep band was always the best.
I love
'cause
pep band.
anything went, right? So, but yeah, I drifted more toward the chorus side and, did the regional and the district and the state competitions and all the, all state
Fun.
things like
That's
that.
fun too.
Oh my goodness. It was a ball.
The bus
Yeah.
rides and it's just the whole thing.
Yep.
The whole thing. What was your first real gig playing? Not in school band.
Okay. So I come from, this is a kind of a multi-parter to answer this, but I come from Pikeville, Kentucky, where I grew up and went to a high school called Betsy Lane High School, Floyd County, actually. And most people have heard of the MAC now in Kentucky, the Mountain Arts Center. It originally started in Jenny Wiley over in the amphitheater. And they put together a group of individuals, musicians, singers, and all ages called the Kentucky Opry. And I got to be a part of that my junior and senior year in high school. So my first gig was obviously in front of, I think at that time, about 2,500 people in the amphitheater.
That's a lot. That's
and
a
it
lot.
was an every Monday night show.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So it was a scripted show
For the school year, or
all of it. Yeah.
that's awesome.
And then the actual first bar gig was on graduation day. I was late for my own graduation because I was playing in a bar for a governor who I will not speak of because it could be bad. But
Right.
it was just one of those kind of convention type things, and it was at a bar, and we got to play in that. So, yeah, senior year playing in a bar, late for graduation. Mom was really proud.
Yeah. Well, you graduated.
Did.
I mean,
Did.
gotta be positive. See, what was the worst early gig experience to your memory?
Radio show.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a radio show, kind of like the one you guys did with Brett and Shyla.
Mm-hmm.
Like those early morning gigs, man. I wake up like Barry White. I'm not vocally, I'm
Right.
not ready.
Got to get warmed up.
I'm not ready, and the state of mind is different. It just and of course, I played a radio show early morning, and it was just me and a guitar and a set of headphones, and I really didn't have anything pumped into the headphones vocally, or I couldn't even hear my guitar.
Right.
But I was singing into this condenser, hoping like hell that I was on pitch,
Right.
that my guitar was in tune, all the things that needed to happen. So that was probably my worst early gig.
The radio was the early morning radio is something. Definitely got to get some caffeine
It
rolling for
is.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of brutal. Like it's anti-music.
It's against everything that's right.
Yeah. So, have you? How old were you? About when in your musical journey did you start playing with other musicians?
Outside of the thing I told you about with Kentucky Opry, it was I went in the Army. And after I got out of the Army, started making contacts with other people that I knew were in the music business or in bands. Kind of made my way into a few trial spots here and there. And basically, probably within a couple of years of that, of the learning my way around it, kind of made my own band
Felt it out, seen what you liked.
and found that it was easier to kind of navigate it organically than to jump into somebody else's melting pot. For me, it was anyway.
Right.
So, did you solo artist it at all, just acoustic guitar stuff, or have you always stayed with a band most of the time, except for around COVID, which we'll get into in a little while?
Well, that segues right into it for me. Obviously, I've always been what I call a campfire picker, or a front porch picker.
Party picker.
Yeah. You've got a guitar, play this, but always did that kind of stuff. I played a lot in church. Younger, played a lot of solo stuff in church, between piano and guitar, bass, whatever, just whatever needed to be played, I'd play it. And but as far as my solo part, it really stemmed from COVID. And I don't want to take up a lot of time, but I want to be thorough on what people know about me. And that's that when COVID hit, I was in a full band. We all know that basically all the music venues had to just kind of put everything on hold. The world didn't know what was going to happen. Businesses didn't know what was going to happen. You weren't allowed to be within 6 feet. Adam and I could have never been this close and done this
Right.
during COVID. So, I started to notice
Good though. Look,
we
fist
could have done a
bump.
fist bump, yeah. But I noticed an uptick in people doing virtual music, through Facebook and things like that. And probably one of the first people I really followed for a while, which I'd already knew, but I really followed him through that part, was Derek Isaacs. And he was huge about being on there like all the time, playing and he had his virtual tip jar up. And I thought, man, that's a really cool idea. Not so much for the tips. For me, it was just to get to have some kind of connection to music and people again. And I hadn't played guitar in years. So I ordered a guitar. And before I finalized the order, I decided I wanted to do a little shopping around. I went to a pawn shop and I found a Fender Wayne Kramer acoustic electric guitar. And it sounded great, played easy, and I got a really good deal on it. So I bought that guitar as my first one because it had all the Fishman electronics in it. It's like, okay, this is not bottom of the line, it's not top of the line. So kind of retaught myself chords and things like that just to get a little familiar with it, and started doing a little bit of live stuff on Facebook. And then that's about the time that they started opening like patio areas up in the venues. And I don't know, you guys remember it all probably, but they would open up the patios and have like a solo artist play music for the 12 people that was allowed in or whatever it was. Right. And I started booking little solo gigs. And unbeknownst of how I was going to pull it off, but I've played music my whole life, so I thought I can do this. And the challenge made me better, because I learned then how much I appreciated and respected those artists that do it all the time solo, because you're the music, you're the back line, you're the front line, you're the vocals, you're all the parts to it, including sound engineer.
Yeah, crowd work.
Yep.
Everything.
So you're the whole show, and it challenged me to really learn how to work with people, to talk to people, engage people, and actually learn how to read the crowd just a little better on song choices. So just because I go in there with a set list and it was, songs I really wanted to do, that doesn't mean the people really wanted to hear that. So,
right.
I'd learned to change it on the fly really quickly. So COVID did throw me into the solo gap. And then when things started to break loose again, then we'll get into that later about the whole one more round thing.
Right.
Yes, sir. So going back to playing with other musicians, and you played bass in a band before the COVID shutdown, right?
Yes.
So you've primarily been in a band, a bass player, away from a band, like solo stuff. You always did acoustic guitar stuff, or did you ever do like a two person acoustic stuff with the box cage in or anything like that?
Yeah, I've experimented with it all probably at some point. Even Kenny Wayne, who, you guys know here in One More Round as lead player, he and I did a duo gig for quite a while. And then, of course, throughout some of those times, Russ Highland from, y'all know Russ from the Drum Center,
Russ.
Vanguard, but so he would bring a cajon. Steve played a cajon sometimes, and other people. Some of my friends that one lives in Florida now, Ray Hedgecock, which I know a lot of people know Ray. Ray loved to beat on the cajon. So, there was always a kind of a hodgepodge of what was going to come at these solo shows, because I'm always open to let people join. Music is music, and to me, it's a community. And it may not be the best to everybody's ear, but that's not always what it's about for me. You know, sometimes it's about that community feeling and gaining friendship and bonding through music. So yeah, we did a little bit of everything. And as far as my actual experience in music, it wasn't always on bass guitar either. There was times I was in a band where I was playing lead guitar, believe it or not. Had all the right gear, and I spent my time hourless, like all the time, trying to learn these leads, just to see if I could pull it off. But I had to learn it almost verbatim, because I couldn't make my fingers interpret what my brain was hearing good enough. So bass was easier for me. Yeah.
I'm going to pause real quick here to shout out some people in the chat and read some comments like the one we just got there. So Pam Martin Rogers says, good thing you're a walking jukebox. So I'm sure you know Pam.
Know Pam well, my frat.
Yeah. So, and then I just want to shout out Diana Franzetti, and I think I saw Heidi in the chat. We have Tara, Sarah, Chris, Mandy, Wes, Mark Casey's on here saying that set lists are
overrated.
Of the devil.
Overrated. Set lists are overrated. So, all right. At some point, was it 2 weeks ago? Me and Adam put together a set list. I'm gonna go on a little aside here, but me and Adam usually craft set lists. So it goes something like Adam will start it, and then I go and rearrange it for logistical reasons.
Guitar changes and things.
Yeah, or just like they can't see.
He's got a guitar for every song, so
yeah, I don't take all of them. So anyway, so we make these sets, and like we're trying to play every song that we know all the time. So typically you play a 45-minute set, and then you take a 15-minute break, and then play a 45-minute set. Adam likes to compile 1 hour and 2 minute long set list.
In 45 minutes.
For 45 minutes, because we might play everything a click or two fast.
A little bit.
We're 25% fast most of the time. And then, so he's like, we can fit them all in. We might have to cut one, like literally. Anyway, and then, so Mark's favorite thing in the world is we get to a gig, and like somebody's like, we'll have, this is a private gig. So they're like, in the first set, you guys, they'd appreciate it if you played some country music and stuff. So like we go into the first set, play a country song, everybody gets off the floor.
Yeah.
All right. So
what? Doing it wrong.
Yeah. Must have been doing it wrong.
Right. Yeah, that's on us. So we're like, all right, well, let's play something. So we played something else. Everybody off the floor. All right, we're not playing country songs anymore. And then Adam ad-libs the entire rest of the show.
Yeah.
So like
called him.
We have a set, and he's like 95% on the set list, though he didn't reference the set list the entire time. And so anyway, that's the backstory.
Yeah, they really, what they dance to? Dance music.
Yeah.
Imagine that.
Yeah. Play dance music, people dance.
The darndest thing.
Yeah. It's crazy.
So anyway, I just thought I'd shout out some people there. And
Hey, y'all. How y'all doing?
all right. So for people that have joined since you talked about it, One More Round will be playing tomorrow night, hosting an open mic night at Backstretch Bar and Grill in Lexington. And then they're playing, you said Friday night at Miguel's?
Friday night. Yep.
And what time's?
6:30 to 10:30.
6:30 to 10:30. In
Early gig. Nice
Frankfurt.
early gig.
Early gig.
Yeah.
Cater to that patio crowd. A lot of people like to come have their dinner and then, hang out and have drinks and
So is
Jumbo margarita pitchers.
towers.
Towers.
That one's
Nice.
dependent on weather, I take it?
Yeah, it is. Looks good right now. So we're going to keep our fingers crossed on that.
Yeah. Well, we needed the rain.
We did. But I've had enough of it.
I don't think we needed quite that much,
Yeah.
though.
Time for a,
Well, I
I'm
mean,
ready for a drought.
I figure we were several inches short for the year because we had a pretty dry spring. So,
Well, now we can all be like Keith Whitley, can't we?
yeah. So, all right. So, do you want to? The whole point I've been trying to get to with this solo gig versus band stuff. You've always enjoyed playing with a group of people more than playing solo stuff, or are you like both of them equally?
I enjoy playing with a group of people just because it opens up a lot more opportunity.
Yeah. So I've always enjoyed playing with a group of people more than playing. Like if I don't have a gig, like a band to play with, like I have a hard time getting excited about playing music by myself.
Mm-hmm.
And so like I've never done any solo stuff or learned a ton of songs like vocally to go sing and stuff just because I'm like, it does not really interest me. Like I have a hard time staying focused on it. So I kind of feel like it's a special gift to be able to go learn full songs and be able to pull that off.
Yeah.
So
And it definitely opened up an opportunity for those that really enjoy it. And there are several that do it well, that have opened up that avenue of loopers, where they can really, stage up that song. It may take the song a little longer to get through because of the time they layer it in, but hats off to those guys.
Yeah, that's
I mean, doesn't
amazing.
Ed loops his entire show? I think Ed Sheeran,
he does some looping,
like
live.
like he live loops his entire show.
That's what I'm talking about.
Right.
I know several that do it that way live on the spot, raw. They'll even lay down, like a little percussion beat behind it, and it's cool to watch.
Yeah. Yep. All right. So let's get to. I guess we can get to one more round.
Yes,
So after COVID,
band origin stories.
after COVID, did this? So let's talk about who originally was in one more round.
Okay. So, obviously when things started to lift a little bit, I was ready to do something. I was ready to get back in the full band setting, and I wanted to kind of go a different direction. And again, if I say these things, it's not pointed toward anyone. It's just how I see it. I see, I wanted a band that was actually people committed to that band. Because there's always, people willing to set and fill in and things like that, and that's great. I just didn't want to form a band and it be a different person.
So that's exactly what I was talking about. Like, if I'm not in a band, I'm not real interested in going and being a hired gun. Like,
Yeah.
I've had people reach out and be like, "You want to go play guitar this weekend?" I'm like, "No, I have no real interest to just set in." Like with friends and stuff, every once in a while, I'm cool with it. Get up and play a song or something, or whatever. But like, I'm not looking to supplement my income by being a hired guitar player for somebody. Like I like creating music with people and the process of doing that and kind of developing a sound and a style and feeding off of each other and the chemistry that comes with that. Like, I like the band to be tight. And I feel like, if you have a bunch of journeymen in the band tends to not be very tight. And that really conflicts with my OCD, in general. So I don't really enjoy it.
Likewise. So yeah, that was the direction. So, and I'm no spring chicken either. So, as I was coming up with this idea, I already had the name in mind for one more round, which was multifaceted. Honestly, it was it kind of went with the drink of one more round. It went with one more round in the sense of a boxing match. You've got one more left in you, and of course, for me, it was I have one more round. I wanted to give this one more shot as a full band before I finally said, you know what, I'm done with it. So started the search, and we did a few little auditions here and there, but we finally sunk in on a group of individuals, and I can tell you who it was originally was Jeffrey Tipton was on drums. I know most people know Jeff, plays with Lexington Lab Band, and Miss Sydney Adams, several others, you'll see him out once in a while with, but he's actually done some sit-in work for us in the event of emergency. So Jeff was their drummer. Ed King was on our bass. Then we had Tim Howard. I don't know if you guys know Tim or not, but Tim played quite a few years out on the road with Tanya Tucker and a few others. And then he was more well-known locally here with George Moulton and the Good Timers Band. He played with a lot, Tony Moore. And so we had Tim Howard and then Brandon Maggard. I know you all know Brandon.
Yeah.
Brandon was original guitar player.
Never went down to Georgia.
Yep.
Every time.
But B Mag was our lead guitar player. He was the primary lead guitar player. And then Chelsea Parker. I don't know if you guys know Chelsea or not, but Chelsea was playing fiddle for us and some backup harmonies. And then, of course, I was front man. So it was a 5-piece to a 6-piece, depending on the venue. But we were basically a 5-piece because Tim kind of bowed out pretty early. I think he had a different direction he wanted to go with music. So it was really just the 5 of us. And we rehearsed and rehearsed and rehearsed, and we had a really, really good tight sound, considering. Then we did a debut at Horseshoes, and it was phenomenal. Like I couldn't have asked for a better band debut as far as minimal mistakes. We even had an extra guitar player with us that night, Dustin Knox. I don't know if you guys know Dustin or not. He came and sat in with us just to add some pretties in there for us. But great show. Everything went off pretty much without a hitch. And then we started getting those calls, right? Like you would expect, or what you want to expect.
Right.
Right. So
supposed to do.
started getting those calls about booking shows. And, one thing I promised, and I still hold true to that, is that I will not book a show until I clear it with everybody in the band.
Right.
Because there's more people involved than just that. So then we started kind of running into little snags here and there where they may already have something else going on. They've already kind of booked themselves out to do this, or they had something else going on. And quite honestly, I got a little disheartened, and I just dissolved the band. And that's just the truth of it. It wasn't anything personal to anybody. It was just like I didn't want to put all that work into it to have to turn down gigs because everybody couldn't play anymore.
Right.
So dissolved the band, and I went back to the solo thing. So that was the origination of One More Round.
That was the first round.
That was the first One More Round.
Right. Yeah, that's how it goes.
As rounds go, you typically get a second round.
Yeah.
So, in what year did this start?
2022-ish, 21-ish. I think I actually started it in 21, but 22 is when we started coming out and play.
All right. And then when did you fire it back up?
2 years ago.
Yeah, it had to be. Y'all had been together for about a year before Steal the Stage, right?
About 2.5 years, I guess. I'd have to really sit down and do
So
the math on
we've
it.
been together for 2 years
In
here
June.
this month,
June.
and so that iteration of the band had only been together for say 6 months or something before we met y'all.
Yes.
All right.
The Steal the Stage.
Yep.
One more round.
Right.
That was, I think that was
The second.
phase 3.
That was phase 3.
That was One More Round 3.
Nice.
All right.
2 didn't make it to that part.
All right. All right. Well, I guess get us up to there with, if you want to, with what happened and the iterations of it, or you
Yeah.
just put some people together and.
I mean, I think like anything, it's a growth process. I think most people that truly love music are really fired up at first. Again, it was nothing personal. It was decisions based on the direction of the band and where the band was going and what everybody else was doing. And so move up to the second round when we formed it back up, which after Kenny Wayne came into the picture, by the way. We were doing the duo thing, and he kind of inspired me to, like, I want to do this again, because he was a great singer, a great harmony singer, a great picker, and he had that desire. So it was like it kind of relit my fire to try this one more round, So we put out a few feelers, and we had Ed right back on bass again, and then we had Bobby Dooley on drums. I don't know if you guys know Bobby with Double Nickel Sound of Production. So Bobby was on drums, and we even at one point auditioned a keyboard player. That didn't pan out. And then we had a steel player for just a hot minute, and that didn't pan out. And I'm not going to get into that because I don't want to insult anybody online, but there's certain things you just don't tolerate. But anyway, so we kind of settled in on a 4-piece band with Bobby, Ed, Kenny Wayne, and myself. And we were doing rehearsals. We were playing shows. And then it really came down to, again, the bookings. Which dates we could book, which dates conflicted with, let's say, for instance, Ed's work schedule. Bobby had the production company, and, there was just a lot of things there that didn't always align the way they should have. So we took another step back and decided to reconfigure this thing one more time, and we changed drummers, and that drummer, was a great guy and everything like that, but he had young children, and he basically took a step back because he wanted to be able to spend more time with his kids. And then Steve Richmond, who now is our current drummer, actually came to the backstretch for one of the jams and got up and played drums with us one night, and one thing led to another, and it was almost like God just put him right there with us, and the chemistry was off the charts. Not just musically, but as people.
Right.
Like we just jive with one another. Yeah. And so then it was time to make some changes. And again, nothing personal, but sometimes people's heart isn't in the same thing yours is, and so we decided to change up the lineup. So I went from rhythm guitar and basically fronting, to bass guitar. And we downsized yet again to a 3-piece.
So from 5 or 6 to 3.
And the funny thing is once we actually went down to a 3-piece and we were all on the same page, the sound came.
Yeah.
And we've heard a lot of people say this to us, and I'm proud of it. I'm not at all conceited, but I'm proud of it that people say, for such a small band, you guys have a big sound.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I think that really speaks volumes, not just to the music side of it, but to these guys' ability to sing, whether they're the lead vocalist and two of us are backing up the other harmonies, or vice versa. And that goes 3 ways around, because all 3 of us can sing the lead part, and all 3 of us can do harmonies. So there's always some vocal magic happening, and of course the music, which we try to keep it clean and dynamic. So now what you see right now is the final one more round, and with the exception of Alden Oldfield, who does play steel with us when he's not out on road, and that's always going to be an open ticket for him unless somebody else falls into that spot. But this is probably the lineup you'll always see, is the 3 of us.
Yeah, and then you'll, like, if you find a steel player or a multi-instrumentalist, you'll add them as you can. If you so luck into such a person that fits not only instrumentationally, but attitude and desire to go out and gig and stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. It's got to take us up to another level for it to happen.
Right.
Gotta add to it.
Yeah, it can't just be somebody that says, "Hey, I play guitar," or "I play, this." It's got to add something to the band for sure.
Right.
Yeah.
So one of the things that it is raining so hard here. So so Facebook kicked us. We got kicked on Facebook, and everybody's moved over to YouTube, and we've pulled pretty much all the viewers over to YouTube. So thank you to everybody for joining us on YouTube. Appreciate that. And it is raining extremely hard at the studio right now, and I have Starlink. Is it Starlink?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have Starlink satellite internet. So if it drops us, I apologize. It is raining cats and dogs outside. So I want to just interject here and also say that Mandy says it's not raining down here. She's lying. Down at the house. Yeah. So I love listening to you guys play. Like I know I don't get out very much to listen to you guys, and I'm not traditionally like a classic country listener tour of such music. I mean, I listen to it, but I don't really put on the radio and listen to it. I don't have playlists of it, but I enjoy the harmonies, how tight the band is, and that you guys enjoy doing it, and you guys enjoy playing with each other. Like all those things are what make me enjoy playing with my band, and our band. And so like I enjoy getting that experience when I go watch other bands. Like, oh, this guy hit a wrong note, or we missed this section, or this other thing happened, or like my in-ears aren't working, or this other thing. It's like you get up on stage, you have one monitor, you can't hear anything out of it, and you play.
You just do it.
You just roll with it.
And so like I really enjoy that about you guys, because you guys just come to play, and it doesn't really matter what's going on. And that's what we strive to do too. Like if it's to one person, if it's to ourselves, like I seriously think like we play just as hard in band practice when we have one every great once in a while with the same vibe and energy that we do when we go play in front of our largest crowd, basically, wherever that is.
Right.
And I kind of get the vibe that you guys do the same thing. So Mark Casey says harmonies are money. Renee says love me some country harmonies. 90s country baby. Wouldn't miss it. You guys, just a bunch of comments talking about. All right. So John Grimes. Shout out. What's up, guys?
Hometown.
Kenny Boyd and One More Round are one of my favorite bands. They are officially members of the Hometown. Hometown.
Also hometown right here.
Hometown.
Yeah.
Fist bumps.
Yeah. Fist bumps all day.
You know I'm going to have to screen cap that.
Yeah. It's going to be our flyer.
Oh yeah, you got it.
So Mark Casey says you're tight. If Mark Casey says that you're tight,
Tight.
you're tight. That's what Mark says.
The claw.
Yeah,
Claw.
yeah. We got the claw, y'all. John Grimes. All right. So anyway, so Kenny Wayne looks like he's having the best time of his life every time I've ever seen him.
He does.
It doesn't really matter. And I think my favorite thing is when Christy puts the pictures of him up on his little lawn tractor.
It's the great ape, man.
Yeah. Bro, it has me rolling like he's out there getting it. I love it. So, great dude. Steve's super nice every time I've ever ran into him. So really enjoy all the guys in the band. I enjoy listening to you. You guys are my wife's favorite band because you guys play all the music that she loves, and you guys do a good job of it. So not just to throw compliment after compliment at you, but that's that's where I'm at with it. So anyway, you guys in this lineup have been playing how long now? The Three Amigos?
It's been about a year.
About almost a year, yeah.
Yeah. And so you guys, was that year you played over 100 shows, which was last year, was that pretty much that lineup the whole time, or was it a little bit of the old lineup and this lineup?
It was a hybrid. It was the old and the new. Yeah.
How long of a switchover period did you take? Did you take any time off, or just kind of work them up?
0.
Yeah.
We didn't miss. Like we just kept on firing.
So he pretty much was able to come in, and did you have band practice?
what is this sorcery you speak of?
Yeah,
Exactly.
that's where
Man, what?
that's where we're all at.
So the truth is, Steve Richmond he's a machine, right? Like he's and even Mark has played with us on a couple songs, and there's drummers and then there's machine drummers. And when I say machine drummers, I'm talking about those guys that can just follow anything and set down a pocket for you of any style, and just like with Mark. But Steve is that way with us. Like, he's got his own style, and I love that about him. But he just follows anything. If it's a song he's never heard, as long as he's got the tempo, he feels it. And
fall right in.
Right.
So-
And like, I even noticed when I sat in with you guys, like because you guys will play about anything that somebody's like, have you ever done this? And if somebody knows it, then you guys are like, yeah, what keys it in? What's going on? And then like, with playing with Steve, when we would get to a transition, like from verse to chorus or into a bridge, and like, he doesn't know the song at all, or anything, like he does a good job looking over at you. Like, you guys do a lot of communication. So I guess you're kind of leading the structure of that quite a bit. Typically, is that kind of what that relationship's like?
Yeah, we do try to monitor one another a little bit, just for that fact of having those dynamics, especially with a 3-piece band, because it's important to, in my opinion, it's important to highlight the vocals when the vocals need to be highlighted, and highlight the instruments when it's their turn. And that's what we do. We look around, and if we get, and we're a band, we play live music, which live music, most people won't admit it out loud, but with live music, sometimes there are things that get missed. Like, we've missed a complete verse of a song and went right into the ending. But when that happens, you just look at one another and you figure your way out of it, and that's what we do. You know,
you just got to vibe it out.
Yeah.
Like, you straight up have to vibe it out, and like, we've done that.
I do it all the time, man.
Well-
I start singing the second verse to a song in the first verse for about 2 lines.
and then switch
And then
it
I'll
back.
come back to the first verse. Then I'm like, now, what do I do to the second verse? I just sing it again. Yeah. Like it never happened.
Or you could be like Kenny Wayne and just, if you don't even know the words, just make up your own song
Yeah.
as you go. And
Just make
the
some
thing
up.
is that he can do it well, and he does it on the fly. He does it all the time, and I don't know how he does it, but I'm thankful he can do that.
Yeah.
So
Hell yeah.
we have Steve Richmond in the chat, and he says,
Steve.
a big howdy do to y'all. So he's found us on YouTube as well.
His ears was burning.
Yep.
We
So,
was just talking about him.
all nice stuff though.
Yeah, all good. All good.
He's the man.
He said, no, it's not left out. It's just strategically removed.
Yeah.
So
Right.
well,
Or rearranged.
we've been working up originals, right? And so like, we come in and literally we'll put them together in a band practice, run them as complete songs like 3 times maybe, right? And then we go out and gig them. So like, there's a couple of them that we get different endings to on a regular basis.
Yeah, well, this hasn't found its
Yeah.
home ending.
So
yet.
yeah,
It's still new.
So, but it cracks me up because we're all like, we pretty much adjust, and like, you don't know the song, so you don't know what we're doing one way or the other.
Right.
And like us, we're just like, you'll notice, and it's so subtle because I film everything that we do, and so like, I go back and watch the covers and stuff, not the covers, but the originals, and sometimes covers, but to see what needs work and stuff where we don't have band practice. It's like watching tape. It's useful study material. So, but just like, I'll go watch something and like, oh, well, we did it different this time than we did when we originally learned it. So I'll learn the other way and not really say anything about it. And then the next time we play it out, it'll go like it went the original way.
Yeah, it'll go back the way it was
And then
supposed
by
to
the
be.
third time, I'll be like, I get together with Adam. I'm like, so are we doing it the first way or the second way? And he's like, well, we're going to do it the first way, maybe. and so
I watched the tape and I'm like, oh, I messed that up. I gotta go back to playing it the original way.
But do you ever do something in a song that totally wasn't planned, and it comes off and you're like, oh man, I got to remember how that done that so we can do that again,
Yeah.
but you never go back to it?
I feel
yeah,
right.
moments.
We
Moments,
had
precious moments.
we played this weekend, and it was my youngest son's graduation party. So we said that it was a co-party with some other people up in the Bull at the clubhouse. And so we played with the arrangements of tons of songs because it was almost like a band practice. I mean, there were people there and stuff, but We did a lot of just tweaking the dynamics and structures of songs and stuff. And like, I had the best time just live being like, all right, we're doing this section twice, or let's drop this down real low and do this or do that other
Oh,
thing.
yeah. Extended leads.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
But just changing the vibe of several songs was awesome. Like, I had the best time doing that. And then I'm like, we need to do that all the time and like stop living by the set list so much. Like, not that we're so strict, even like I cut a promo about how we don't use set lists, but like we put so many songs on there that we're in such a hurry to try to get all these songs that we like, and know that people like, and try to get through them and play them and stuff, that we kind of like, we never slow down really and smell the roses or the groove,
Just jam out.
Yeah. And so like, it was really fresh and enjoyable to do that in that situation. And then we're like, why don't we do that more often? And then we're like, I don't know, why don't we do that more often? So just like, there's always way to reinvent what you are doing, and just with super small changes. But like you just said, like finding something new that worked, or like a new bass line for something. Like when you play all these songs so many times out, and then like, sometimes you're like, if you're like me, sometimes you have good guitar nights and sometimes you don't have good guitar nights. And then on the good guitar nights, like, you don't have to think about it. Like, that's my favorite thing about a good night playing music, is like, I went through, I don't really remember what happened, but I felt like I was living inside of it.
Oh yeah.
Inside the machine there for however long we played. And I come out the other end and it's like, whew, like, I don't know what just happened, but I feel really good.
Yeah. We just had, a couple weeks ago, we just had a show like that. We played Tucker's Tiki Bar down in Campbellsville. And it was just us guys. The ladies stayed home to dog sit. And so it was just Steve, Kenny Wayne, and myself, and full production, right? Like, we set everything up. And it was one of those nights that, and I say this, and I say it humbly, but it was almost a flawless night.
Yeah.
And I mean, multiple times, the frisson, as they call it, where you get the chill bumps, right? Or AKA the skin orgasm.
Easy.
You get you get those moments though. And we experienced that. And it wasn't just me, because after the show, we were all talking about it. And, it's nice when you have those moments where everything just hits perfect. And, I'm thankful for those for sure. And I'm thankful for the ones that are what we consider to be a rough night, but still end up being, winners. But, I know exactly what you're talking about.
So I heard John Mayer, like some interview or something, or he was interviewing on a podcast or something, and they were talking about, this was just a short, but what makes a good show for the audience? Like, not what makes a good show for you, but what makes a good show for the audience, because we are super critical of ourselves typically when we're playing. So, like, you can have one of those shows that you feel like you just had a ton of mistakes and this, that, and the other. And like, the person on the other side of the microphone or the instrument, can come away from that with a completely different experience than what the performer has, and be like, man, like, I got to see these people over here. Like, I had a couple good drinks. Like, I was able to dance and mingle, and like, just like, I was able to get out and just have a good time. And that's what makes a good show.
Absolutely.
And we get stuck in being overly critical. So I think the nights that we're all kind of in the zone, then it's the nights that we all let go a little bit, maybe, and just kind of try to ride the wave. Like, I can't surf, but I kind of feel like it's trying to stay on the crest of the wave when it's like that, without overthinking, like, am I too far back? Am I too far forward? What's going on over here? What's going on over there? Yeah. But just letting it vibe out. And so
it's like floating on water.
Right,
You can
right.
hold your breath and float, but you can really just relax and float too, and just keep out on breathing. Right.
Right. Get your arms out over your
Yeah.
head.
It's when you just let
lay
go
back.
and just do it, and don't think about it. And that's those are those great nights when that happens, when you just let it all go.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I mean, that's still why I like playing music. That's what I missed about playing music when I wasn't playing music. That's what makes me be like, yep, let's go play this gig or that gig or this other gig. Because you never know when you're going to have the best gig of your life
Yep.
for yourself personally. And you never know when somebody in the audience might really need to just hear something that lets them kind of feel the same thing every once in a while. So anyway, I don't know what got me started down that route, but
All the way.
so
It's a podcast.
yeah. So what do you think, Adam?
I'm ready for this rapid fire segment.
All right.
Yeah. I'm gonna ask you about some favorites and some bests and some worsts, and we're gonna roll through it quickly,
Let me with the whistle here.
rapidly.
All right, shoot.
Wait, before you start, Adam, I thought that when we played in that hotel, I'm not going to name names, but when we played in the hotel, you guys sounded
Oh yeah,
awesome.
Last time we heard you at the battle.
The thing.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
did you feel like that night? Did you feel like it went really good that night? How did you feel?
I think that honestly, I think we gave our best, and it felt like we gave our
It
best.
sounded bad.
Not
It sounded awesome.
not
man.
as any part of the competition or anything else, but just like how you felt musically when you guys all walked off the stage. Did you feel like you were like perfectly in the middle of that zone? Because I felt like watching you guys that night that you guys absolutely crushed.
Yeah.
And like we're super full sounding and like showed up to put on a performance and have a good time, and like that's what came through. And I was just wondering, like, did it feel like that to you? Were you able in that situation to just completely detach from why you were there and just go out and bam, do that? Like,
Yeah, actually, I for myself, yes, I can't speak for the other guys, but for me, it was easy to detach from the actual
yeah,
competition, stigmata there. It was because for me, it was still about bringing the best, right? Do your
Right.
best and have fun doing it. And man, there was such a good energy there that night too.
Yeah.
Like not just from the other bands, but just from the people.
Everybody was there to hear music.
There was a buzz, and that's just it.
People weren't there because they just happened to go to a bar or they came to eat dinner and they ended up being there. They all went there to listen to music.
Yeah, that was it. Like there was that, you felt like it was appreciated, and that I think that helps feed the soul just a little bit too.
Well, I think that for all the bands that played on those nights, like it elevated how they sounded. Like their performance, I think, were above average. I think. I'm not speaking for myself because I feel like I had an off night that night. But overall, I think our band sounded fine too. But like it wasn't my strongest performance by far. But I think the vibe was good.
Real good.
Yeah.
That goes back to it doesn't really matter how perfectly you play every single note. It's more of like, can you match the energy that you need to have when you get up there?
Reciprocate, right?
Yeah. All right. Anyway, sorry to interrupt your rapid fire.
It's over. Not even going to do it now.
You've interrupted the vibe.
All right.
I do want to have, or I do have another question before you start.
All right.
All right. You ready for this?
Slow vibe. Slow fire.
So,
Just build me up and let me down.
I know that every once in a while you post original songs.
Yep.
Have you guys put any thought to doing anything more with that, or doing any original only shows or anything like that?
We've discussed some original music. I've got quite a bit. I think our biggest hurdle right now is finding the time to really work it all out.
Right.
And how much I would love to do that. I know that's what you guys are shooting for too, is to do more shows where you get to do your music. I'd love that. Like, and that's all, I don't know the topic really, but the quick version is I only want to play shows where music is appreciated.
Yeah.
I no longer want to be the background noise.
Right.
Right.
So I think you can, like, we're trying to do it in a way that we interject them into what we're already doing.
We just slip them into the set.
And like, and if there's like, sometimes we pull them, sometimes we don't. Like, I'm like line in the sand. We should just play them all every show. But then you get to a situation,
private parties and stuff. They didn't really hire you to come play a bunch of stuff they never heard before.
Right. So like, there's a time and a place to do it. But I think that the goal, like, it's not something that I'm like, we're going to do every single show and we're just get away from what we're doing or anything. Cause I enjoy playing, period.
Right.
It's more for us. I think all of us is, we are not 18 years old anymore and would just like a little, little journal as to where we're at right now, that we can go back to and listen to in, however many years and be like, that was dope. Like,
agreed.
I enjoyed doing that. I enjoyed the guys I was playing music with at the time, the experience of it, and we're not getting any younger, so that's kind of what where we're at with this. And I think it would also be neat if to like go play a 30-minute or a 45-minute set every once in a while, and just be able to like in the battles, just go out and put all your energy into that half hour or 45 minutes.
All original.
Yeah. Because that's a completely different feeling. Those short shows are a completely different feeling, even if they're in a battle and you're doing covers. Being able to, we have calls for rapid fire. They're telling me to shut up. So you're back to the rapid fire.
Ready?
It's the build up and the letdown.
Yeah.
All right, here we go.
Let's do this thing.
All right, here we go. Rapidly. Favorite guitar brand?
Fender.
Favorite venue?
Expand, please. Locally.
Favorite venue
to play in.
to play, period. Your personal favorite.
Oh, man. I have a really good time at BBH.
Agreed. Acoustic or electric?
Acoustic.
Loud stage or silent stage?
Silent to a degree.
Best crowd ever?
Man, that's tough. Oh,
Yeah.
There's been several.
Yeah.
Honestly, probably the stage crowds.
Yeah. Good crowd. Worst crowd ever?
You don't have to name the exact venue or anything, just like the
Situation.
that made it the worst gig.
Just recently, there was several bands booked all within about a 2-mile square. Really good bands.
Yeah.
I won't point fingers or fist bump anybody, but they were all close together, and it really, I think, kind of pulled people in different directions, and everybody was trying to do it, and it's like I saw that happen.
So, hey, I want to talk about this for a second because
Speed bump.
you guys, hey,
Speed bump.
I'm gonna mute your mic, Adam. Hey, because I'm sure you guys don't look at anybody else's solo or anybody else's schedule when you book, right?
And I have no way to most of the time.
Right, yeah, but it's hard enough to try to get it cleared through all the members of the band and it work out and everything. So, we do that too, and like not put any thought into it. And then like Mooch will post like his thing, or you'll see somebody else post something, and then you start seeing somebody else post something, and you're like, man, like
busy night.
Everybody that I know is playing in Lexington.
Yeah.
Which means that everybody I know in Lexington has somewhere or multiple somewheres that they need to go. And like, how are you going to capture those? And then you're like, it is what it is. Hopefully there are some new people that show up at wherever we're playing, and you try to pick up a couple new people. But it happens quite a bit. And I think it happens more now than when we first started playing out. Like, it didn't seem like there was as steady. Like, there were different bands playing in and out more, maybe. I don't know what it was, but it seems like there are a few of us that are playing out the same weekends on a regular basis.
Yeah.
So, anyway.
All right. Putting the gas pedal back down. And I already know the answer. Country or rock?
Rock.
Yeah.
Morning person or night owl?
Both.
Both. All right.
Cocaine.
Damn.
That's a joke.
Biggest pet peeve at gigs?
Oh, Lord, there's so many.
This is a whole podcast me and Kenny could have by
There's
ourselves.
so many.
Not even about gigs, just about music.
So my pet peeve is, and it's not happened in a while, and knock on wood, it doesn't happen again for a while, is when they book you and they know your music, but yet want to tell you how to make your set list. You got to play more slow stuff, okay? Then you go back and you play more slow stuff, and then they're like, you're playing too much slow stuff. It's like, just let us just play our music.
Yeah,
then,
you booked us.
Right.
Let us be us.
We have this conversation all the time. We'll be like, well, we need to put a couple of these songs on the set. And then one of us will always be like, I mean, they literally should know what we sound like and what we do. That's why they booked us. Like, if we come in and try to be anything else besides what we do,
You're just going to end up skipping a bunch of songs.
yeah,
and
I
saying, "Hell
mean,
with
they
it
just
live."
might as well hire the band they hire, every 3 weeks and let them play.
That one, or when you're singing, number 2 pet peeve is when you're singing or playing in your moment and somebody comes up within,
With their-
spit shot of
with the
you.
phone.
With the phone, or just trying to talk to you about a request, or just have a conversation. You're like,
fist
what the
pump you
heck?
while you're playing your instrument.
Let me stop right in the middle of this shredder and just do that for you.
My son turned 21, and we Five Below was playing at the Cellar, closing out, and my son had way too much tequila, and was trying to fist bump Dave Medley in the middle of a song.
Not happening.
Bro,
he's playing
he
like
looked. He
everything.
looked at him, and he's like, "I'm playing." And John's like, he's like, "I'm playing. I'm playing." I was like, "That's right. You should smack him." So we have Steve Richmond's pet peeve: orange extension cords.
Oh, that's
Yeah, we had to fix that in a hurry.
Triggered.
high visibility.
For some reason, Renee doesn't like squirrels. That doesn't have anything to do with anything.
Oh, well, I tell you, I'm not going to talk about it. We'll talk to her about it in person.
All right. So we have, all right. We had a couple other ones.
Dream collaboration. If you could have a collab with one person, any person ever, living or passed on, who would it be?
It'd be my dad.
That's a good answer.
My dad, straight up.
I think, hell yeah, brother.
Yeah, he got the fist pump for you on that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Long distance fist pump.
I think I would pick that one too. Adam?
Me?
Yeah.
Prince.
It's pretty good. It's not your dad, but pretty good.
My dad couldn't sing or play anything.
Well, not everybody can pick good answers.
Right. I mean, I know it's just Prince, but maybe I'll try harder next time.
Mandy's biggest pet peeve is no cover. Wait, we lied. Cover.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's a pretty good one. Most overplayed song ever.
That's another list and a podcast in itself, too.
Okay, well, let's say top 3 overplayed songs ever. Might get a little easier.
Freebird,
All right.
Wagon Wheel, Sweet Home Alabama.
All right. I'm with that. I'm definitely with Wagon Wheel. They got... Anytime there's a sign up that says, don't play this song, it's been played too much. Song that always works live. And I know there's a list too.
Probably Friends in Low Places or Dixieland Delight.
Dixieland Delight, I would say I have heard.
Fishing in the Dark does a good one too, though.
Yeah. No matter who plays it or where it's getting played, it's going over.
Yeah.
So, Keith Bailey's favorite country song, our bass player's favorite country song, Neon Moon.
Yeah, Moon. Yeah.
And every time you guys have ever played it when he was around, he's like, hell yeah.
That's a timeless classic for me right now. Love that song.
So it is a good song.
Yeah.
Well, that will conclude this episode's segment of Rapid Fire Questions.
We did it.
Thank you.
So anything that you wanna promote, plug, talk about before we jump off here?
I do. Quickly though, I don't want to take up too much time, but I haven't really talked a lot about Kenny Wayne. there's a lot of things about that man that I could go on and on about, but I want it to be, now that we're doing this, it's going to be out there and it's going to be locked in cyberspace forever. He's probably one of my biggest inspirations, by the way.
Yeah.
And talk about earlier, we were talking about Steve and Mark, how they find that pocket no matter what the song is. Kenny Wayne has been that way in the guitar part of it. And even in the vocals, like he just finds it. Like he makes it work no matter what it is. And I would love to play guitar like that.
Yeah.
I'd love to be able to pick up a guitar and make it sound the way he can make it sound, even on a song he's never played. But then when he's on his mark on stuff that he is ready for or rehearsed or played several times, I sit in awe sometimes of him and Steve, both.
Yeah.
Like watching them, do their thing. But Kenny Wayne is, he like I said, he was the reason that I fired One More Round back up. And I can't really give him enough credit in how much he inspired me to do that and how much he inspires me all the time to be a better musician, to, think about the delivery, song choice, because I think everybody kind of falls into that rut sometimes where you kind of stay in your own lane with what fits you vocally. And, I'm not too afraid now to step out of my lane a little bit and try like some Teddy Swims or something like that.
Oh yeah. There's no lines. I have no lane.
But there was for me, because, you kind of get in that rut of a certain type of country music that you feel good singing because you're like, I can do that pretty good.
Comfort zone. It's your comfort zone.
Yeah. I can hit the ranges if I need to, and I don't have to kill myself to do it. But so he has brought that out in me a little bit more because I've seen him do it. He's challenged me to do a song. I've challenged him to do a song, and Steve does it with us.
Yeah, but every time you do, you step out of what you consider your comfort zone, and you get used to that. It makes you even better at your comfort. It makes you all the way around better.
And you find so much better music sometimes that you didn't even realize you could do.
Yeah.
Like some of our best songs that we do have come from let's just try it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's just see what happens. And it ended up being a banger.
Yeah.
Vocally and
never
musically. And you're like, oh my goodness, that's going on the list.
Yeah.
I mean, every single one of our songs that hype people up the most, at least half of the members in the band, whenever it was brought up, were like, what song is this? Or like had never heard it, or like we're like, we are doing what? Like I never had played funk ever before this band. Ever. Like the first time me and Adam got together, he came in. Yeah. He came in and like, we're going to jam on some songs. And like every single song that he started jamming on was riff based. It wasn't chord based. And like, I can play riffs, but you kind of need to know the riff to play the song. And so like, I spent a lot of time just staring at him, and just because it was all kind of new to me and I didn't know those songs and stuff. But, to switch over to Kenny Wayne, he's an exceptional guitar player. And if we both had more time, I would 100% hit him up for country guitar lessons on a regular basis, because he is well-versed and knows his way around the fretboard and is a phenomenal guitar player.
Yeah, I've tried that too for 2.5, 3 years now, and I can't get him. So good luck with that.
Right. Well, I haven't even. He said, yeah, we can get up, but it's. I know that we don't have time. Like I don't have enough time to play as much as I want to as it is. So trying to get up with somebody else to do it. But like, and really the only way to do it is to play it with people, in a band situation, really, if you really want. It's like immersing yourself in the culture.
Like-minded, right?
Yeah. And so like for me, it almost has to be like that anyway. Like I would just have to start sitting in, like go to a bluegrass jam, or go to sit in with you guys every once in a while or something, which I know I could go up the backstretch and do that, but it's still a time thing.
Well, it's funny though, because back in and I'll give you a time frame just so you can reference it. 2000, the millennium, right? When everybody was freaking out because they didn't think clocks could count zeros or whatever. I was in a rock band. In fact, the band was called Caught Red-Handed.
I remember the name. That name.
And we were a big, loud, in-your-face rock band with all kinds of music. And when I say that, I mean, there was, I think, maybe one or two country songs in the whole show, you know, and that was when you were doing 4-hour gigs all the time. But anyway, so I've seen a lot of changes in my own self over the years, but I'm not afraid to, you know, jump into different genres, different types of cultures of music. But you just said it best, is that you kind of have to be in it to really learn it.
Yeah.
And I can jam with you on a song or two, but I'm really going to have to spend some time with you in that setting to really
get comfortable,
to find my spot. You know?
Yeah, I mean to learn the language, right?
Yep.
Because it's just learning the language. Like when I sat in with you guys on the night I came up to Backstretch, I came up and I prefaced it by saying I can play chords. Like I can play any chord, doesn't matter. We can sit down and I can play rhythm guitar. Don't nod at me on a country song and ask to play a lead.
Right.
Like it's not what my comfort zone is. But I very much enjoy playing rhythm guitar, like, or bass. Like I enjoy all of it. It's just, I've never had the experience of playing with a country band.
Yeah.
So anyway, so yeah, Kenny Wayne is the dude, excellent guitar player. And I think that is about everything we can go over for the introductory podcast. I'm going to have Kenny on multiple times over the time of us doing this.
Bring Kenny Wayne with you next time.
Yeah.
We can just,
and
once
Kenny
he's here,
Boyd.
we can just talk shit about him.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what we do anyway. Even if he was here, we would. So.
Right. And then I'm in the process of redoing the studio too, to be able to do some live music too. So whenever I get all this reset back up and get that figured out, I would enjoy it if you guys came and did that sometime too.
That would be awesome.
Yeah.
You've got a beautiful place here, Derek, Adam. I appreciate you guys having me. And I don't know what how you outro this thing, but before you do, I want to make sure I tell you guys, and this includes Keith and Mark in this, Rhythm Phoenix. You guys are hands down one of our favorite people, musically and just as people. We appreciate you, respect what you do, we respect the work you put into it, and doing this, like just letting people have a chance to get to know others and know some of the, like John was here last week, you know, and just getting to know a little bit about people, because sometimes you have a chance to do that when you're playing a show. You get those quick and you get those quick. Appreciate you being that thing. Really get it. So, what you're doing here with this, I think, also sets you guys apart from a lot of others. So appreciate you guys, really do, man.
Thank you. Thank you for coming out.
Yep. Yeah. Thank you very much. I had a request to show the mural. So I was, last weekend we were having, Jeff Murphy was painting the mural and, awesome. From Crunch Raps. And, he's a great artist. He's a great dude. I know him from mountain biking. So I'm going to take my video off of this and I'm going to jump over to, the other camera and turn on the big light and just kind of
pan and scan.
And kind of zoom out, and I'm going to let the podcast go here for a minute or two, but I'm just going to wrap this up now. Say thanks, everybody, for hanging out with us. I'm going to mute the mics and just kind of let it roll on the mural after I zoom out from it. So we'll see you all.
Support live music.
Yeah. Hell
Absolutely.
yeah. Oh, look at that shirt. I didn't even see that shit.
He's got them all on there.
Yeah. That's nice.
Yeah.
It's my little Amazon work up there.
Nice.
Yeah. Nice. So, yeah. Yep. All right. Thanks, everybody.